What's up, everybody? Welcome to Dad's Expensive Hobby.
What's up?
Today we are taking a look at the Marvel Legends Gamerverse King Pin from the Spider-Man movie. This isn't from Spider-Man 2, this is from the first Spider-Man, as you can read there on the package. He looks pretty freaking awesome. I wasn't even aware of this figure, and then I saw it and I bought it. But anyways, let's look at the package really quick. It's that typical Gamerverse package that we've been seeing about the Spider-Man, you know, with the red and the white. Nice window on the front showing us everything inside. On the side here, it looks like there's a game render, and on the back it's the exact same thing. They always do that. Says a little bit about Kingpin right there if you want to pause it and read it, but that is about it for this package. So let's get him out of the package and take a closer look at him. All right, I gotta say, at first glance he looks really good. I like it. He's got a great finish on him, but we're going to talk about that more here in just a second. Let's see how tall he is real quick. To the top of his head, he is right at 8 inches, 7 3/4, between 7 3/4 and 8 inches, which would make him at almost 20 centimeters. I am pretty sure.
Why do you lie?
Not pretty sure, I'm positive that this is the Joe Fix-It body, and to be honest, I don't have a problem with it because this is not a crazily like price figure. I think he's like 39 bucks or something, which is not crazy for like a big figure like this. He looks really good. Look at his aesthetic right there. That looks like freaking Kingpin. He looks awesome. He has a great matte finish on this suit. And it's not like a matte to satin. This is a matte finish. Looks really good. That tie looks really good. The paint and the little pocket handkerchief right there looks nice. Let's look at this face, because he comes with two faces and they look really, really good. Now, I'm not going to say that they look necessarily like the source material, because if you kind of look right there, they don't necessarily look the same. I think these head sculpts actually look a lot better. Nice matte finish there. Painting the eyes and the lips, eyebrows and stuff. Looks really, really good. Other than that, he is basically black plastic. His little shoes are kind of like a satiny, glossy kind of finish. They're the exact same shoes as the Joe Fix-It figure, and we'll compare them here in just a few minutes. But if you look up underneath here, he's got a belt right there. I don't know if the light's even going to show you, but it's painted good, at least the buckle. And you know how I know this is the Joe Fix-It? That this right here feels like it's like almost like a shell or something. Like if I took his arms off, which I'm not going to do, and took his head off, I feel like I could probably slide this off. Because if you look right there, see all that space? They kind of designed that, like sculpted that to leave a lot more room, so it looks like he has like a belly, you know what I mean? Because he's not as like tightly built as Joe Fix-It. Because underneath there, like the actual figure that's underneath is like, you know, flat, like has a real flat stomach and stuff. So I'm like 99.999% sure this is the Joe Fix-It body, and it looks really, really good. I guarantee you could do some head swaps and mods if you wanted to swap the two out with zero problem. But his aesthetic is really nice. Let's look at his accessories really quick. He comes with this head on him in the package, and he has this kind of maniacal grin kind of look right here. And I actually think this faceplate, or this head sculpt, excuse me, looks even better. The details in like the design around the forehead and the eyes and stuff, and the face and cheeks, this looks really good. I really like it. Even the fat guy kind of neck roll back here, I like that. This looks really good. He comes with 4 hands, 2 fist hands on him in the package, and the ring is painted pretty well. I mean, it's not like, you know, Picasso level stuff, but it looks pretty good. And he comes with 2 other hands as I sling them. One with like his fingers sticking out. I guess, you know, he could hold the next accessory we're going to go over, and he's got a ring on this hand. Not quite as painted as good. There's a little bit of missing silver right there around the rim, but that's just me being nitpicky, because this is actually a fairly decent release, and you know, so you can be a little more nitpicky. And another kind of holding hand, but it's a little bit tighter grip or whatever, and it looks pretty good too. And lastly, it's his cane. It's just a little black plasticky cane. It's actually kind of flexible, which is, I mean, I guess that's good so it doesn't snap or whatever. And then it's got, you know, some just gray silver plastic right here. There's no paint on it. And then this little, I don't even know what color, magenta kind of color jewel at the top. So it looks good enough. Nothing special or crazy. But they get the job done, because it's not like he does energy blasts or anything. I don't even know if does he shoot guns. I don't know. I don't really, you know, know much about Kingpin other than he is a Spider-Man and or Daredevil villain. Anyways, he looks real good, and his accessories, I guess they're acceptable because they are done pretty well. Let's do some comparisons really quick. Here he is next to the Gamerverse black suit Peter Parker, and you can get some kind of scale there. He is pretty darn big. Speaking of big, here he is with the Gamerverse Venom that just came out here in the last couple, 3 months. And this thing actually dwarfs him because that is one gigantic figure, but they look pretty good. Here he is with the Build-A-Figure Juggernaut from Marvel Legends. And Juggernaut's actually a little bit bigger than him. That's probably just helmet room, but they look pretty good. And just because I love this figure, here he is with the Jada Toys Blanca from Street Fighter, and I think that looks pretty decent as well. Set him off to the side. And now, let's stand him with Joe Fixit. And like I thought, they are pretty much the exact same figure with just different little, I guess, jacket shells or whatever, because they've even got the same shoes, same arms, different hands, I guess you would say, but and different head sculpts, obviously. But these are pretty good looking figures. I like this Joe Fixit, so if you like Joe Fixit, you will really like this figure. So far, I highly recommend it. I really like it. Marvel Legends did a pretty good job with this. Let's move Joe Fixit out of the way here for just a second. And let's go over his articulation, because it's not great, just like Joe Fixit's wasn't fantastic, but for what you're going to do with a Kingpin, it's not bad. So he'll look down just a little bit and look up, and you can nuance his head, and that's because he's on a double ball peg.
Thank you.
But they do the sculpt inside the head sculpt odd, like the face is hollow and like the jaw and stuff is way below where the neck peg plugs in, so that kind of messes with like how you can move him around, but it works for me. Shoulders will come out to about right there, which kind of sucks to an extent, but what kind of dynamic stuff are you really doing with Kingpin? And you can do a 360 with him. Now, he doesn't have a butterfly or anything. Got a single jointed elbow, that comes up to 90, and that's really about all you need. And you can get some swivel right there out of that because the elbow is like a ball hinge. The wrists are on a hinge like normal, and they move just fine. Now, up inside here, he does have a diaphragm brake, but this thing right here is going to impede that movement a little bit, but you can get him to lean forward and back ever so slightly, and you can get some lean and tilt and actually a little bit of twist out of him. If you can, I can't really show you up in there. He doesn't have a waist twist, I don't think, but that's okay. Again, this is a Kingpin, and you ain't gonna be doing a big bunch with him. Legs will go out to the side about like that.
Hold up!
And that's really about as far as he's going to go, but he doesn't look like a real flexible dude to begin with. I didn't really yank on this one because the thigh swivel right here, the ball peg that's in there, it's a little loose and I don't want to break it. So that is kind of a drawback to this one. Hopefully that's just my figure. If you pick up one, hopefully yours doesn't do that, but it might. Front kick, that's literally all you're getting. He's got some Kingpin booty, so his leg is not going to kick back, unfortunately. You do get thigh swivel. That's a little loose, but nothing too horrible. Single jointed knee, just like the elbow, it's like a ball hinge kind of deal right there, so you can get some rotation out of that. And it comes up to a little shy of 90 degrees, but what are you going to do? I mean, I am somebody who does bitch about articulation, so I do need to point that out. But with this figure for this character, that doesn't bother me too super bad. Now down here in the foot, you really aren't going to get much out of this foot because I honestly can't even tell. It feels like it's probably a hinge down there, but you're really just going to get some wiggle because even if this sculpt, God, I went brain dead, wasn't right there blocking it, you probably wouldn't get much out of it to begin with. And a hint of like there might be some rocker in there. Peg hole in the bottom of the foot and no toe hinge. So just like Joe Fixit, his articulation isn't great, but like I said, for this character and this kind of build of a figure, that's really not that big of a deal. I personally like this figure. And objectively, there really isn't things wrong with it. They could have done the double ball peg in the head and neck a little bit better, or at least sculpted the head different to let it move, but it does have a good joint in there. He does have a diaphragm brake, but the shell of the suit kind of blocks and inhibits that. But the one kind of thing I do have a legit gripe about is that thigh swivel right there where that ball peg keeps wanting to come out of it. Hopefully that's just my figure. All in all, this is a pretty decent, pretty good Marvel Legends. I'm going to give him a B-. This is a B-. This is an above average figure. Could have some more paint on it, even though it is an all black suit or whatever. You could done some paint somewhere, I don't know, or give us a little bit more of accessories, maybe some more hands or something, because it is a $40 figure. But B- is not a bad grade. Pretty solid figure. I do recommend it if you see it out or want to order it. Definitely do it. You won't be disappointed. That is all I have got for Kingpin here. If you have not subscribed, pause the video, scroll down, give us a like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. And with all that said, this has been Dad with Dad's Expensive Hobby, and I'll talk to you all in the next video.